time been ticking. I've been out here playing my position. I'm about to get it now. Ain't no one about to block my hit. Cause someday, I'm gonna find someone to tell me I'm someone doing alright. Somewhere, somebody that one day will be the love of my life, but not tonight though. Hey, I'm only here for a minute. Bet you want a girl to keep it independent, and I know you gotta like a girl that's disappealing. Get you caught up in the moment, then I'll get you in your feelings. Tell your boys that you gon' meet them later on. Both of us are so taxi, leave the meter on. First time you out in Cali, never tried no strong, so you gon' have some stories to tell when you take it back home. And tell them one time, Snowy always showed you what it's like. Leave you sleepy like the call the umpire. Get you out and get you rolling, get you gotta go. I got a flight up in the morning on someday, someone tell me I'm someone.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
Thank you, Larry. We welcome you to the heart of the Hoosier State in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana, at Lucas Oil Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it, and he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. First carry here for Frank Gore. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And to the right side here, it's Allen. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Now Luck. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. And now a first down following that long gain.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
When I watch Brian Cushing play, sometimes I feel like he's playing in the wrong era. Brian Cushing wanted to be back there when the men were men and just mixing it up. This guy lives to find ball carriers.
To throw on second down is Luck. And some space here. 20. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And now the offense operates in the red zone. And the hard count got the defense there. Encroachment and the 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a play fake here on first down. Finding time. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Back to throw. Love. That's caught at the 3. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
They come out here in the I. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. And that's a guy, Lamar Miller, from Miami, went to the University of Miami, was playing for the Dolphins, but now moved to the Lone Star State.
Yeah, how about that? And sometimes that change of scenery, it may look like it's going to affect him adversely. He's away from his home for the first time ever, but sometimes you get out on your own somewhere else, that can increase your performance. You only focus on your football.
Kendall Langford from his defensive end spot there for the tackle. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Blue landed. Blue landed.
Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. It's complete to Fuller. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Play clock winding down. A first down carry now for Miller. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down, here's Osweiler setting up the screen for Miller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Miller, and he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Holding, offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
And here we go on first and goal. After the penalty, it's Miller. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big time.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Here's Osweiler. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it first and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down, 9 yards to go. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 3-3 our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Another carry now for Gore. And some room to work. The 40. He's at the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. the penalty. It's Gore. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 34 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out, learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
They go again with Powell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. J.J. Watt there on the tackle for a loss. Of course, last year's Defensive Player of the Year.
And we love saying his name, don't we? J.J. Watt. How about all that production, too? 29 tackles for loss in 2015.
And second place only had 23. Throwing his Luck. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. So the offense has it 1st and 10. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. From the gun, here's Luck. Left side, it's Dorsett. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Back to the ground game here. Gore. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
False start, offense.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll fake it. Now Luck. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading field goals here in the opening half. No breakthrough yet on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
And really, I like what I've seen from both of these defenses thus far. Both have been a little more aggressive than I expected. And I think that's reflected in what we see on the scoreboard, which is no touchdowns to this point.
out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Right side, caught Fedorowicz. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
So now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
A little track jump, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a second down. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Slot man moves right. They'll toss it to Miller. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And quickly, they get to the line. From midfield now, here's Osweiler. And finding Fedorowicz. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Throwing now, Osweiler on 1st down. Setting up the screen for Miller. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Play action. Now Osweiler. And it's complete. Owen Daniels. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They come out here in the eye. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. Miller, the lone setback. Now Osweiler. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Fedorowicz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, It's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
Like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from a booth.
Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. And heading back onto the field now, the Texans defense. A field goal last time is what they gave up in a close game. All these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, you know, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school. But that mentality has won a lot of games. If you're only giving up field goals on drives, that usually keeps you in it and gives your offense a chance to retaliate.
Yeah. Now, hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, Locke. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And they're going to bring him down back across midfield at the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. On is Pat McAfee to punt it away for Indianapolis.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Colts trail at home at halftime. The Texans have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. So let's take a look at the...
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out. Fielded about a yard deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now on second down, this is Gore. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. Can't find anyone open. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now, and he's accounted for all 9 of their points thus far.
And he's definitely keeping them afloat. But we say it so often, field goals are not going to win you games in the National Football League. They've got to find ways to start capitalizing when they get down near the red zone.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Now Osweiler. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Osweiler now off the bootleg. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Shane Leckler now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Here's Luck now on second down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So the offense needing 4 yards. It's 3rd down. Now Luck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Would it be to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, it's Gore. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. He was brought down that time by Nate Allen. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities for big-time runs. We're not getting that so far. I don't know if this is a game plan or if they're just being overwhelmed by the defense they're facing. Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. A huge play that time for the Colts. 49 yards. Shift together here from the D-line. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Luck gives to his running back, Gore. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Dorsett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Colts defensive unit trots back out there. They were able to force that 3 and out. That led to a touchdown. And defenses obviously love 3 and outs. They want more of that.
They created a very short and not too sweet stint for the offense by getting them off the field that fast, but it set up their own offense, gave them a little spark, and they took it downfield and scored.
Now the question, can they do it again? Let's see. 2nd down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Now it's Osweiler setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Backing up. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Osweiler. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see The offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out here in the eye. They'll let the power game take over with Prosh. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Jay Prosh, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And how about that, giving us our fifth lead change of the game? It's been back and forth.
No doubt about it, and right now, they're ahead, but they can't relax at all because if we've had 5 lead changes, I'm kind of betting on a 6th.
Yeah, we might see a 6th. Now it's Osweiler, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Frank Gore and company trotting back out there as they get set to go again on offense. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
On first down, it's Locke. And this is caught at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. Here's Gore. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now Luck on third and goal. That's caught at the 3. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Philip Dorsett with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the 4th. And his kick is good. And that score gives us our 6th lead change of the game.
Are we back on the playground on the seesaw?
A little seesaw battle, yeah.
Up and down, up and down. What a game we've watched here.
It's been fun. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for There's trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Miller, the lone setback. Osweiler. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here's Luck now on second down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go.
He's got a man, complete. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. He's back to throw. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Second down now after the incompletion.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Owen Daniels. And it's third down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Miller, the lone setback. Back to throw. And finding Fedorowicz. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Owen Daniels in the final minute. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So how many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there?
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now Luck. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Here's Luck. And he's got Moncrief. It's a big-time play there on 4th and 10. 59 yards.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on 3rd down, or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
On the draw, Luck gives to Gore. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Now it's 2nd and 7. They come out here in the I. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is the running back, Powell, spinning past him. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So here comes the trusty, battle-tested Adam Vinatieri for a big kick. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Osweiler to throw. Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 30. And he's in. Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game. And they do win it on the final play. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And with the lead, no chance of a return spoiling this one here on the PAT. It is up and through, and there is your final margin of victory. Is on the final play. They win it.